The Department of Justice on Friday released a legal opinion backing up the Treasury Department's decision to reject a request by congressional Democrats for 6 years of President Trump's tax returns. While the executive branch should accord due deference and respect to congressional request, Treasury was not obliged to accept the committee's stated purpose without question. And based on all the facts and circumstances, we agreed that the committee lacked a legitimate legislative purpose for its request. Stephen Engel, an assistant attorney general in DOJ's Office of Legal Counsel, said in a 33-page opinion. The opinion comes after Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin last month rejected a subpoena from House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Richard Neal, Democrat of Massachusetts, demanding Trump's personal and business tax returns from 2013 through 2018. When Mnuchin rejected Neal's request, he said he did so upon advice of DOJ and that the Justice Department would publish a legal opinion with its own advice. Both Mnuchin and Neal have said they expect the tax return issue to end up in the courts. So this is a big thorn in the side of Democrats in the House, particularly because they want the tax returns. And really, the Senate a little bit has been doing this. I know that Harris, when she put out her tax returns, it was like a shot at Trump and going, ah, ha, ha, I've put out everything from when I've been in office and yada, yada, yada. But what gets me is that if they want to impeach him or find him liable for any types of crimes, why don't they just go after him for the various war crimes, such as continuing the seven, possibly eight, as according to one person, unconstitutional, non-ratified by Congress conflicts that have taken place under both Obama and Trump at this point. Well, I can tell you the real reason they won't do that, because that would entail putting both of them in, on trial for crimes, along with, various members of Congress, arguably, depending on, your perspective on the matter. But, if you want to talk about a legitimate issue that should see trial, that's the one to go after. Unfortunately, because defense contractors funnel all this money to these politicians, we're going to keep getting stuck with these, these other methods they try to use. Oh, we'll get after him on his tax returns. It's like, I'm sure that he probably did something screwed up on there. It's not uncommon, and we've been over this before, for people who are very wealthy to take their money and put it in an offshore bank account so that when they have to file taxes, they can claim they only have maybe a sixth or something even lower of what they actually own. That's a very common standard practice for people of high stature and power in the U.S. because our financial regulations are god awful. But be that as it may, I could not care less if Trump did that or not, because it doesn't change the fact that this is something that a lot of people get away with. And, if he wasn't president, they wouldn't care one bit. And that's what pisses me off. It's more grandstanding, because they know that even if they find something in there that's liable for, actually being taken as a crime, the Republicans in the Senate won't convict him or switch their, from their support of him, other than maybe two or three people if they're lucky. So, it's them continuing to grandstand. It's them refusing to accept that they actually do have ways they can get him and a lot of these other people for various offenses, but they just want to keep going back to the money stuff, because the actual offenses that he's committed were committed by his predecessor. And, they don't want to, they want to have their cake and eat it too, basically. So this is another blow for them, and another reminder of how the do-nothing Congress continues to waste time on stuff that is trivial.